So last night we were cleaning up the kitchen after dinner because even though I'm like on a cooking strike, every now and again I'll break down and cook something just because like I'm tired of peanut butter. But so we're in the kitchen last night cleaning up, and it was just me and Kevin, and we're talking, and he's standing over by the sink and he's mumbling under his breath, and I'm like, what? And he mumbled it again. I knew it had nothing to do with sex because he's real loud about that. Here's what he was mumbling under his breath. I want a dog. I need another dog. I want a dog. And I was like, oh, did I just hear you say that you want a dog and that you need a dog? I'm not ready for another dog. And he goes, this one will be different. And I was like, no. Sam was a lot. My little dog, Sam Nash, who passed away earlier this summer, he was a handful before he got old and infirm. It was like having a really cunning toddler that I could never house train or get to follow any rules. And he was my little shadow for every minute of the time that we had him. And I didn't realize until fairly recently how much of my day went into caring. Max knows this because he's running a Schnauzer nursery. You don't realize that your life, because the water gets hotter by degrees, and you don't realize one day you wake up and every aspect of your life is shaped by the caretaking for this animal. And you would do it with joy, and you would do it again in a minute. Like if Sam walked into the room, I'd be like, hang on, buddy, let me get a diaper on you and a snack, right? I would go right back into the routine. But I don't want to have my heart broken like that again. Like I'm not ready for another dog. And I know that a dog is coming, and not just one dog, but two. He is going to come home with two dogs. He's going to go, and they're going to be rescue dogs, which is awesome. He's going to go rescue two dogs. And the problem here is that my pets, and Max can back this up because he took care of my 4 cats and the lizard while I was away. My pets are like stuffed animals with bodily functions. But Kevin brings home these animals that are like they escaped from the first circle of freaking hell when Satan left the screen door open. They cannot be reasoned with. Like Sadie ate an upholstered chair. I have the pictures. You know what Sadie's chew toy was, you guys? It was this giant length of PVC commercial construction plumbing pipe that my husband brought home from a job site. That's what she chewed on for funsies. I take an animal, I take a perfectly good animal, and I turn it into some half-baked robotic toy. And he takes a perfectly good animal and turns it into a feral hell beast. I'm not ready for more of that. Am I wrong?
How is he going to handle this? Because when one partner says, I'm not ready for this, that is the partner that I think has to be listened to. Because
absolutely,
you take pets into your house, it's a commitment. And even if you're the one that says, I'll do all the work with the pet, that's not always going to be the case. We lost Kiki here, and Mary said that she just could not go through the heartache of having another cat.
Carla and I bounced this around for 7 years. One day I would want one and she would say no. And a week or two later, she would want one and I would say no. We did that for 7 years. And then one day I'm sitting in the recliner and I'm just flipping through and looking at it. I'm saying, you know what? I would love to have another dog. And she looks up and she goes, you know what? I think I would too. And I thought, oh God, what have we done?
Seize the day, though, right?
Yeah. But the thing is, here's the deal. Kids are gone. Bob, you brought this up before. Everybody's gone. Everything's great. I don't have a worry in the world. And then we get a dog and look, oh my, you don't even understand. But it's a 2-year-old child that never grows up.
Here's what I know. I know that these dogs are coming my way. I can feel them moving toward me on the spiritual dog distribution network highway. Okay. But I can feel the dogs coming. He wants them so desperately. That means that you're going to acquiesce.
Then it's on you. It really is on you at that point.
Here's what I've done to make sure that he doesn't come home with, I don't know how these dogs see us coming, But if you have a dog that's completely insane and or plotting to overthrow civilization, that dog wants me as soon as I come into the room, right? They can smell me coming. So here's what I've done because I know, because I'm an animal person. I mean, my God, Max will tell you he was over here last week feeding a reptile with tweezers, one mealworm at a time. Like,
and I was.
I'm pathetic. He was.
Yes.
I love it. You say, how do you know the lizard's had enough? Oh, he'll let you know. Really?
And did he?
Yeah, he did. He just was like, I've had enough. I'm going back into my house.
Sign up for our newsletter. We never spam you.
Never did.
Get Bob and Sheri exclusives. Just go to bobandsheri.com.
All right, so if you're just jumping into the show, my husband is lonely for dogs. This is our first time ever without dogs. We went from 3 to 2 to 1 to none. And if you're a dog person, you get it, right? You understand. I had my heart broken by the loss of my little Sam. And I don't want to go through that again, right? So here's the thing. Like, we've got 4 cats and the lizard. Now, I keep saying that the lizard isn't mine, but I'm having the sinking feeling that the lizard is becoming mine. But anyway.
You better, Sheri Lynch, you better not let
Hey,
that happen.
Sheri, can I tell you something? Cara Mia did text me to say thanks for taking care of the lizard. And I texted back. I said, you're very welcome. He said he misses you. So see, I was on your side.
Good job. Oh, good job.
I
Good
got
job.
no response to that, however. I'll just
Not a good sign. Not a good sign.
We haven't for a lot of reasons. We just haven't left the house. Like, we just haven't done anything or gone anywhere. And part of it was Sam was old and needed a lot of care, and it just was hard. So we had this, here we had a chance to go, and Max said, I'm not going anywhere. I'll take care of them. And I thought, oh, he's just being nice. But no, he meant it. And so Max came over and he took care of the 4 cats and the leopard gecko. And I have to say, in all seriousness, because Max is not a cat person. I mean, I think you had Raffles the cat when you were a child, didn't you?
Yeah, we had cats when I was a kid. I like
cats when you're little.
I'm not anti-cat.
He's not anti-cat, but he doesn't have any cats. I have never gone away and come back to such outstanding feline mental health. Usually when I come back, my cats are out of their minds with separation anxiety and panic and withdrawal and everything else.
Careful, Max. She's setting you up here. You're being set up like there's nobody like Max because he loves animals and they love him. Maybe at Christmas time he could step up again. Yeah,
You're so cynical, Bob. You're so cynical. Maybe she's just being effusive with praise.
Listen, I didn't do this out of kindness. She did pay me, so I mean, hey, it was a nice little side hustle.
Listen.
All right.
We rolled in a little after 1:00 in the morning, and walked through the door. And I said to Kevin, I'm gonna pay for this for days with this crew. I walked in the door. The 4 of them were lined up like it was a cartoon. Look and sitting there looking at me. And I'm like, what's up with this? They acted like I had just left 5 minutes ago. They didn't have any of the craziness. Nobody was hiding. So whatever you did, Max, you did an awesome job.
So, I mean, some of them are friendlier than others, but by the end of the week, they all seem to be comfortable with me. But what's the black one's name?
Careful.
Miss Esme.
So Miss Esme is like, hi, I'm here for you. But I said, I can pet you. And she says, no, I don't want that. No, I want the food. I don't want to be petted. And then there's Charles. And Charles was like, okay, if I have to. Larry's like, I want nothing to do with you. I want nothing to do with you. At the beginning of the week and then towards the end. And then what's the littlest one's name?
Tiberius.
So Tiberius, I had to help Tiberius up because they all eat on a counter. These cats, it is the most amazing thing. They go from the center counter to the kitchen counter with no problem at all. They just leap. I thought it was like a circus act. I'd never seen anything like it.
It's very exciting to watch, isn't it? I knew you would enjoy yourself once you embraced
What are you doing on Saturday? We need to have an intervention here for our friend because this is the saddest
we need to
thing
take
I've
him
ever
somewhere.
observed.
No, you think him taking care of the cats was rough. Part of this because the lizard is here still. part of this was, and I need you to go check on the lizard every day. And twice a week, you have to feed him one mealworm at a time with these giant tweezers.
Yeah. So you have to you had to open the package of the mealworms. That's a lot of fun. And then I said, I asked Karamia, I said, they're not alive, are they? She said, no, they're not alive. I said, okay, fine. So you have to take the tweezers and you do it one at a time. And she says, get one of the freeze-dried crickets and put it in there too.
Are you listening to what you're saying right now? Are you listening to what you're saying?
It's Bob and Sheri.
Lamar's life is changing at home as much as it's changing at work.
Oh, I'm sorry that didn't work out for you. She's a great woman. She really is. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so used to I hear a setup like that on the Bob and Sheri show. I'm just no.
That only applies to us, Bob.
Yeah. I see.
Now I am brand new. I'm brand new to this retirement gig. And I know there are going to be a lot of firsts, okay? Well, I got up this morning and I walked into the kitchen to make a cup of coffee and I saw a note on the counter. Now, I leave Carla sweet little notes for her sometimes in the mornings before I go to work, just every once in a while, just to maintain, that little deal. And I'm thinking, a love note from my wife. And so as I get closer, I see the first word and it says honey. And I'm like, oh yeah, who the man? I'm the man. And the second word was do. And the third word was list. A honeydew list.
Wow.
Now, I'm not
I've heard
good.
of them.
I know. I'm not good with to-do lists, especially if they have over 2 things to do. Okay. It's overwhelming to me. I start having a panic attack. I need things one at a time with a break for coffee and a snack in between. Okay. I can't a list. It's just too much. And my idea of retirement did not include to-do list. I mean, I knew it was a possibility, but so are meteor strikes, okay? I didn't expect it to happen, and certainly not so soon. Plus, am I really retired? I mean, I'm sitting here right now. I'm working. I'm talking.
Yeah.
Doesn't that qualify as semi-retired?
Oh,
I mean,
hold that thought, Lamar. Hold that thought. Bob, I need to say something to Bob. Sidebar, Bob, Lamar is about to discover something that you and I have been living, and that is, this isn't really work. Is it?
It's true. It's true. They don't take it seriously. Number one, you're not retired. You got a job right here on the Bob and Sheri show. That is not retirement or semi-retirement. But you're right. They hear laughing. They hear joking around. They hear silliness. And it's like it's a clubhouse for kids. And
Bob?
you're just going into your clubhouse. The only difference is there's a microphone, and they dismiss that.
It got so bad for Bob that one day he had been trying to explain, I do have a job. It is work. Look at me. I'm working. I'm tired. And someone who shall not be named said to him, well, then why don't you just go get a job at a bank?
Right. I'm the guy, folks, you want handling your money and your investments. Sleep well. Like you could walk into a bank and say, hi, I'm so tired of getting up at 4:30 in the morning. What you got here for me at the bank? I like a snazzy suit as much as the next dude. I mean, that still haunts me. It still haunts me. I'll tell you the one thing some people never had a problem with, though, was taking the money seriously every 2 weeks,
And yet, so what's on your honey-do list, Lamar, since this isn't really work? And you could probably do some things while talking into your microphone, right?
At the most, I'm thinking maybe I should get a honey, if you get a chance, can you think about it list? But oh no, here's my list. Move the beer and seltzers to the outside fridge and organize / clean outside fridge. Wash inside and out.
Woo!
Number 2.
That's
trim.
That's just number 1?
That's number 1. Number 2, paint the trim on the back porch and around the garage door. Number 3, collect all items that are in the yard and put them in the basement where the huge snake lives. Uh, Number 4, straighten up basement and look for huge snake. Ha! Exclamation point. Number 5, trim bush/shrubs out front. And number 6, get plants/flowers for the pots out front. Now that was day 1. She said, "Let me know when you get." I'm supposed to check these off, and as I get some checked off, she will add more to the list.